Hey everybody, so I'm new to chickens and I just wanted to go over the really 5 main things that it takes to take care of chickens. So number 1 is we got to have a coop and we got to have enough space for them all to be able to comfortably be in it with them all. Hi guys. With all of them able to perch. Now we can see they've got some dried poop and it's gonna be time to clean that up. We want to make sure that it's clean so that they're not getting diseases and it can just be bad for their lungs and everything like that. So you want it to be large enough that they can all comfortably perch, but also so that there's airflow throughout it. Now number 2 is going to be food and water. So the self-feeding food is right here and we oftentimes have to push the food back out. The same for the water. That water's looking good. This water's looking good. But they're really good at getting their water dirty, especially when they were just staying in this space during the winter. They are professionals at knocking it over, getting it dirty, and so you really do have to watch them each week, every single day, and make sure that their food and their water is good. Now, one other thing with the food is making sure that they get the nutrients they need. So that could mean worms or just feeding them food scraps and allowing them to get things that they wouldn't otherwise get. There's very few things you have to watch out with food-wise with chickens, and I think avocados are one of them, and I think you can't give them too much salt. But for the most part, they can eat practically anything. You just have to be watching that food and water on a daily basis. So I mentioned this already, but got to keep the coop clean, keep the airflow going, make sure that we've got any of the droppings out of there, especially the big ones, and be constantly adding in new straw and sawdust so that it can soak in a lot of that moisture. 4, we're gonna have to protect them from predators. So when they're in here, we can obviously keep them very well protected, but even like when we had the bear here, he's trying to get in there, so it's something that you still kind of have to watch. You can leave home for the day and everything like that, but it is still something to watch. And while they're out here, we have to have this electric fence turned on. Otherwise they are going to be prone to an animal coming down and getting them. And this also keeps them protected by keeping them in this space and not just wandering wherever. Of course, a hawk and eagle could come down and get them, and there isn't much we can do. It hasn't happened yet, but hopefully with the covering they would be able to stop that from happening. And the 5th one is give them the opportunity to work out and exercise. So that's why we've moved them here. They didn't get much movement in the winter, unfortunately, but we did still give them ways to exercise by giving them grain and dried worms and throwing it in, and then having to attempt to get it and eat them is a workout in itself. Now they have this bigger space they can walk around in, and they can try to pick up all of this grass and eat it, which is going to be giving them exercise and making them healthier, as well as not keeping them in a place that is kind of dense with droppings. So that is about all I wanted to cover. Finally, just keeping track of your chickens, making sure that they are healthy and good, and just keeping that check on them. And if one gets sick, you might have to kind of put it away from the others for a little while. But things do happen. It could also be a sign that maybe you need to clean out their coop, many of things. But the reward that we get for all of this is going to be eggs. And you can see from these chickens, we've got quite the collection. Now, some of these are fake eggs that stop them from picking them, but still 3, 4, 5. I don't even know if I can grab them all with one hand. Probably a bad idea. There you go, have it. This is the Reward fresh chicken eggs, where we know what has been put into their bodies. They taste amazing, have so much more flavor, and they usually have been producing in summer about 6 eggs per day. So a fair amount for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chickens. And one other thing I wanted to mention was you don't have to start out with little chicks. If someone maybe is moving on and they already have older chickens, or they found out they have too many, it's much easier to start with chickens that are already older and you know the things that you have to take care of. So that's all I've got for today. Just wanted to talk about the chickens. I'm not the main one that takes care of them, it's my mom, but this is something that I want to do, and I usually take care of them while she's gone. Now, you do have to be there at morning and night to make sure that you close them up at night into their coop, but every night they are more than happy to go in there as the sun's going down, and every night and every morning they are more than happy to come out. So it is something that, even though they have food and water, that you really do need to be there all day. You don't need to be there all day, but you need to be there each day to be able to let them out and make sure they have food and water, didn't get knocked over. So it is a responsibility that does kind of hold you to staying near to the house. But if you're already here, if you're already at home, it is something that is very rewarding. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like and a follow, and we'll see you next time.